Okay, here we go. Today, we're doing volumes of pyramids and cones. So, when it was a prism or a cylinder, it was the area of the base times the height. When it goes up to the point, it's 1/3 the area of the base times the height. Okay? So, remember the formulas 1/3 the area of the base times the height. Well, when the area of the base is a circle, when it's a cone, it's 1/3 pi r squared h. Okay? And both those formulas are over on the sheets on the right hand side of the board if you need to know. Now, anybody in here a farmer? Oh, no, you're not a farmer. You live down the street from me. No farmers in here? Well, if you grew up on a farm, you'd know what a grain auger was. A grain auger, you dump grain into a hopper here, which the grain auger then puts it in a spot. Now, when the grain auger dumps the corn onto the ground, what type of shape does it make? And don't you dare say a triangle. A cone. Thank you, Macy. Don't need to be a farmer to figure that out, right? Or, geez, Carly. Sorry. I do that. All right. I'm sorry for offending you. All right. So it makes a cone. Now, a cone has a radius. What would the radius of this cone be? 2 meters. It has a height of 1.5 meters. You just stick it in the formula. Volume equals 1/3 the area of the base, which is pi r squared times the height. Okay, 1/3 pi r squared h. So 4 times 1.5 is like 6. So it's like 2 pi, which is like 6.28 meters cubed. Okay, so that's the volume of a cone. Jackson is using a mold to make 12 candles. How many cubic inches of wax does he need to fit into this mold? Okay, well, the volume of a pyramid is 1/3 the area of the base times the height. So it's 1/3 the area of the base. Well, this base is a triangle. To find the area of a triangle is 1/2 of, in this case, 3 times 4. 1/2 of 3 times 4. And the height of the mold is 6. So it's 1/3 times 6 times 6. 1/3 of 6 is 2. 2 times 6 is 12. So you're basically just plugging numbers into formulas. Okay. Now, this one is just slightly more complicated. Not the end of the world complicated, but slightly more complicated. Danny is 1.8 meters tall and wants to be able to stand inside her new tent. Should she buy this tent? Okay. The tent is 3.4 cubic meters. It's a square floor with an 8.4 meter perimeter. So this is the tent. Okay. We want to know the height of the tent. Okay. All right, if it has an 8.4 meter perimeter and it's a square, what's the length of each side going to be? You divide by 4, because there's 4 sides, so it's 2.1. So the volume of the tent is 1/3 the area of the base times the height. The volume, they say, is 3.4 cubic meters. 1/3 to find the area of the base is 2.1 times 2.1. And then we find the height. Well, 2.1 times 2.1 is 4.41, I think. Am I right? So then take 1/3 of 4.41. What's 1/3 of 4.41? 1 point something, 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 something. Let's go out to about 4 decimals here. What's 4.41 divided by 3? 1.47. Give me a couple more. That's exactly it? Oh, all right. And then divide each side by 1.47. This is 1 point something as well, isn't it? 1 point what? No, it's actually 2 point something. 2.3 meters high. Now, Danny is 1.8 meters tall. The tent is 2.3 meters high. Now, that's in the very center, but I would say yes, she can go ahead and buy this tent and she'll be able to stand up. The volume of this pyramid is 41 and the perimeter of the base is 14. What's the height of the pyramid? Same problem as last time. The perimeter is 14. So that makes each side how long? 3.5. So the volume of the pyramid is 1/3 the area of the base times the height. The volume, 41, equals 1/3 of 3.5 times 3.5 times the height. So if you take 3.5 times 3.5, that's probably 12, 13, 14, somewhere in there. What is it? 3.5 times 3.5. 12.25. So 1/3 of 12.25 is 4.083. And divide by 4.083. It's about 10 point something, 10 point what? 10.04. So basically 10 yards. All right. A restaurant sells 2 smoothies or sells smoothies in 2 sides. Which is a better deal? You're always thinking, wow, the large one's a better deal. Well, in this case, is it the better deal? Okay. Now, what's the shape basically of this? Cone. So we're going to use a cone because we're going to assume that these are cones basically. So the orange one is 1/3 the area of the base times the height. Okay. It is 10 centimeters across. So it's 1/3 pi 5 squared times, they give us the slant height. We actually have to find the height using the Pythagorean theorem. 15 squared equals 5 squared plus the height squared. So 225 equals 25 plus the height squared. Subtract 200 equals the height squared. So my height is about what? 14.1. So that's my height. Okay. The purple one, it's 7 centimeters across. So the radius is 3.5 centimeters. So you have to take 12 squared equals 3.5 squared plus the height squared. So 144 equals 3.5 squared. I forget what that is. I suppose it's around 12-ish. 12.25 plus the height squared. If we subtract that from each side, 131.75 equals the height squared. And then take the square root of that. What's the square root of 131.75? It's 11.5-ish. So the purple one, the volume is 1/3 pi r squared, so 3.5 squared times 11.5. Okay, so do the math on each of these. So let's do the orange one first. 1/3 times pi times 5 squared times 14.1. 147.5. Okay, I won't. Okay. So what's orange? 369.9. 369.1. So what you have to do now to find the price per volume is you have to take the price, $5.89, divided by the volume, 369.1. So you get the price per volume. So what is that? And it's going to be really small. 5.89 divided by 369.1 is going to be a really, really small number. What do you get? 0.016. And then on this one, you take $3.49 divided by 147.5. Again, you're going to get a really small number, 0.024. So the orange one, the big one, is the better buy. Okay? Because it's a smaller price per volume. Last one. Caitlin is making a concrete animal sculpture. Each bag of concrete mix makes 0.6 cubic feet of concrete. How many bags does she need to make this thing? Oh my. What do we got here? We got a pyramid. We have a prism. And we have 4 cylinders. Okay, so the pyramid is 1/3 the area of the base times the height. The prism is the area of the base times the height. And there's 4 cylinders, which are pi r squared h. So it's 1/3. The area of the base of this one is 16 squared. The height is 20 plus the area of the base is 22 times 18 And then the height is 15 plus 4 pi. The radius is 2, and the height is 16. 2 squared. So, yeah, just throw that in your calculator, and you get an answer. Good morning. Anybody get a volume for me yet?
2906.9.
That sounds about right. So if each bag of concrete makes 0.06 cubic feet, so 0.06 cubic feet per bag. So to figure out the number of bags, we're going to have to divide by, because this is cubic feet. So then we're going to have to divide by 0.6 cubic feet per bag. She's going to need lots of bags of concrete. Oh, whoa. This is in inches. Woo! Come on, Mr. Bierschbach. This is inches cubed. Okay? 0.6 of a cubic foot. So we should have to find to take this into cubic feet, we have to divide this by 12 by 12 by 12. So if we take 12 by 12, that's 144 times 12. That's a big number. What's 12 by 12 by 12? $1,728 inches cubed per foot cubed. All right, there, that looks a little better. So if we divide this, this is 1 point something cubic feet. 1 point what cubic feet? 1.7 cubic feet. If we divide it by 0.6 cubic feet per bag, we get the number of bags of concrete mix. So there's about 3 bags if we round it, right? So she'll need to buy 3 bags of concrete mix to make that statue. Okay, so there's your formulas. Your homework problems might be just a little bit more difficult, but they aren't going to be out of the world difficult.